Robin Eubank Callis from K-State Research and Extension in Barber County. One of the things that I've been doing recently is helping seniors enroll for prescription drug plans for 2021. And what we use is the website off of Medicare.gov. This is a publicly available website. And so I'm going to walk you through how to do this so that if you're looking at the December 7th deadline and need some help, this should be able to help you. Or you can also look for a loved one the way we're going to go in about this. So when you go to Medicare.gov, you have two options. You can log in or create an account. If you've forgotten your login information, you can go through this and select Forgot Information. It'll ask you your security question and then give you a chance to reset your password. This is a very user-friendly option and does not require accessing an email account. We're going to go in through the Find the 2021 Drug Plans. And even if you click on that one, it gives you another chance to log in or create your account. It's the same account from Medicare.gov to the one on the Plan Finder page here. So we're going to log in or continue without logging in. So we're only going to look at Part D drug plans today, but if you wanted to explore the available options, those others are there as well. I'm going to enter Kiowa's zip code because that way we can show that this does indeed cross state lines. And I'm located in Barber County, and I'm not going to select that we have help from any of these programs, but if you do, you'll want to make sure that you select it because there's some extra information you need to be aware of. So it is really important that you do put all of your prescriptions in. Some prescriptions are covered at higher levels by different plans, and so it can definitely affect which plan is most cost effective for your situation. I'm also going to select that we're going to look at retail and mail order pharmacies today, just to show you the differences available there. So now you just begin typing your prescription name. So we're going to start with one that I've seen a few times, Janumet, and we'll add the drug. It's really important that you know the dosage because this does make a difference. And we're going to say it's the extended release and that you take 30 and get your prescription every month. This is an option where you can select whether you pick it up every other month, 4 times a year, twice a year, or just once a year. And then we're going to add another prescription, and let's add Lyrica. And I selected this one because when we go to add the drug, it says, oh, but there's a generic. So if you say you take Lyrica, but you really take the generic, go ahead and click add the generic. If you do need to take the brand name, please make sure that you select that because it also makes a difference. I'm going to just say take one of those a day as well. And let's add one more. We'll add warfarin, and there we go. So you select the dosage you take there, and then we're going to add that. So those are, we're going to pretend today that those are the 3 prescriptions that the person we're looking for is taking. Click Done Adding Prescriptions, and then it automatically looks for pharmacies within a 1-mile radius. Now, for many of us in Western Kansas, being 1 mile away from our pharmacy is really not a reality. So if we look within 25 miles, it found 5 different pharmacies. So we'll go ahead and select the local one in Kiowa, and this one, and maybe want to check out a 3rd one as well. So, and then the mail order was automatically checked as well. It allows you to add up to 5 pharmacies to compare prices on. So now it's brought up the 29 drug plans that are available for our location. It automatically sorts over here by the lowest drug cost plus the lowest premium cost. If you are only worried about making sure you have the lowest possible drug deductible, or that you want the lowest possible monthly premium, you can select those options. I always search by looking for the lowest possible out-of-pocket cost for the year. So with the 3 prescriptions that we entered, this Humana plan was the one that came up first. And so it's can be purchased at a retail pharmacy for this amount or a mail-in pharmacy for that amount. It's also important to notice that this is the deductible for this plan. This one is just a little bit more. It's sorted by the retail pharmacy, so we can select up to 3 to add, and I'm going to scroll through here and find one that's got a different deductible amount. Oh, there's one with only $100 deductible, so that we can compare those. So then you click on compare there in the bottom right hand corner. And so it brings up the names of the 3 prescription drug plans I selected. You can see that the monthly premium varies greatly. The first one was $17, this next one is $7, and the third one is $39 a month if you're looking at premiums only. You can also see that the deductible for your drug plan can vary greatly. It's really important that you make sure all of your prescriptions are in here, because that's going to be what shows our next cost here. So when we look down here on the overview, and this is a lot easier to look at if you only have one pharmacy that you want to check out, but since we selected 3 and mail order, so we've got a lot of information here in this next table. But the same pharmacy is listed across on each line for each of the drug plans, and then we can see what the cost would be. This third one that we selected, though, you can see that the least expensive option is actually a mail order option. And so when you compare those across from these 3 plans, that would be the least expensive option for the 3 prescriptions we put in. But this is when you really need to consider, do you want your prescriptions coming in the mail? And I know some people really like that. I also know other people who like to be able to go in and visit with a person face-to-face and pick them up. I know some people have even told me that they like traveling to get their prescriptions, don't mind a 25-mile drive, because that's their outing once a month. This is where it is entirely individual on what you like to do and how you like to get your prescriptions. So my point is, I want people to know that there are options available and that the cost difference available with those different options. So we're just going to select this plan here to look at the plan details. So when you open for one for the plan details, once again, it's going to remind you what the premium was each month, and that whether your pharmacy is a preferred in-network pharmacy or retail, a standard, preferred mail order, and they're going to come for 3 months at a time, or a standard mail order. And we're going to see what each one of our pharmacies were listed at below. So here's our pharmacies. And so our 3 pharmacies, the first 2 are standard in network. The third is preferred on this plan. And that will change plan by plan. So don't assume that this pharmacy is always going to be preferred on the plans. And then what it tells you is the retail cost that this plan has negotiated with that pharmacy. You'll notice that that retail cost will be different on different plans. All I can tell you is this is the information we're provided to help you make decisions. So what's important to look at these charts, regardless of which pharmacy you're on, is the cost before deductible. So this is what you would start paying at the beginning of the year. So this is going to tell us here that our estimated total, oh, there we go, just, well, I'll try highlighting from the bottom up to get just that paragraph. There we go. The estimated total drug and premium cost you'll pay for the year is $1,363. And that's based on the current drug cost, and it's estimated that you won't hit your deductible. Now that sounds really odd if your cost is going to be $74 each month. On some plans, the tiers 1 and 2 don't count towards your deductible. So let's just check a little bit more. This is showing that picking those 3 prescriptions up once a month, they're going to remain the same cost for the entire year. So let's roll on past. There's 2 more pharmacies here showing that exact same information and what's available with them. And then the mail order pharmacy. Remember, with the mail order pharmacy, they do come once every 3 months. And so that would be why the cost is higher, and it only shows paying for 4 different times during the year. Now this is assuming that you would refill all of your prescriptions in January and need them again in April. If you are in the middle of a 3-month supply and you don't refill until February, these months would change. And then it always shows your drugs as we enter them, and that's a good place to double check and make sure they were done correctly. So, and then it does go over here. Once again, these are not covered because Part B drugs are covered under your Medicare Part B. And it shows the star rating, that this is a 3.5 star plan. So, and you can check more on that, on how it earned its 3.5 stars. So now we're just going to scroll all the way back up to the top and go back to the plan comparison. And we can do that again here in another plan. So the important thing is to look. So this $730 is what the premium is each month. But the deductible for this plan is $445. And for this one, all 3 pharmacies are standard in-network pharmacies. So that's where we would change this drop-down menu to standard in-network. And it tells you what the maximum you would be paying for the drugs is, for the prescriptions, and how they're covered then as you go through the gap coverage and catastrophic. So when we stop and look at this pharmacy here, you can see now this is what they're saying the total retail cost would be under this plan. And this is what you would pay before the deductible. So with this plan, you're going to pay 100% of the retail cost for the plan right away. Now what that means is it shows down here in the estimated drug total plus premium cost. It shows that it would be $1,159 based on the current drug cost, and that you would reach your deductible in February. So with this plan, the same 3 prescriptions as the other plan had, what you're going to see is that you're going to pay a higher amount in January and February until the deductible is reached, and then the prescriptions will reduce to this after deductible cost. And then that is where they continue for the remainder of the year on this plan. So While a SHIC counselor, such as myself or several other around the state, will walk you through and show you all of this information, will help you look at your options for different pharmacies, including mail order or any a retail pharmacy that's available. We won't tell you which plan to enroll in. That's not what we do. We just help you see the options available and explore the different cost scenarios. So if you did decide that this is the plan for me, all you have to do then is next click the enroll button. Now we're not logged in under an account. So when we do click enroll here in this case, you're going to say, yes, this is the one I want to join. This is where you would start then by entering your Medicare number. And it's going to then bring up your information, and you'll have to then continue entering that and read through all of this, saying that, yes, I will and do intend to enroll in this drug plan. And when you do enroll in a prescription drug plan, you will need to keep your original Medicare Part A and Part B for all of 2021. So that's really important to realize as well. So I hope this helps you a little bit when you're looking at prescription drug plans for the year. It's really important that you do look every year. And open enrollment is always October 15th through December 6th. And I know any of us that are SHIC counselors, which is spelled SIHICK, stands for Senior Health Insurance Counselors of Kansas, would love to help you look at your plans.